Hi, I'm Rev Myron. I'm a minister through Pathways of Light, and I've been a Course in Miracles student for 44 years. I'm going through the text again this year, asking Jesus to clarify for me, and then I write from that clarity. And that's what I'm sharing with you today. So we're on chapter 14, section 7. Sharing perception with the Holy Spirit. And we're just going to look at one short paragraph today. Paragraph 6. The Holy Spirit asks of you but this: bring to him every secret you have locked away from him. Open every door to him and bid him enter the darkness and lighten it away. At your request, he enters gladly. He brings the light to darkness if you make the darkness open to him. But what you hide, he cannot look upon. He sees for you, and unless you look with him, he cannot see. The vision of Christ is not for him alone, but for him with you. Bring therefore all your dark and secret thoughts to him, and look upon them with him. He holds the light, and you the darkness. They cannot coexist when both of you together look on them. His judgment must prevail, and he will give it to you as you join your perception to his. I was working with lesson 64 this morning and talking about a forgiveness process I used. As I read this paragraph, I realized that it's exactly what I had done. I had trouble letting go of a grievance and was trying various forgiveness methods. I finally found what brought me peace. What I see now is that the temptation was not really the other person's behavior, but my willingness to keep certain thoughts hidden and unquestioned. Once I brought those thoughts into the light with the Holy Spirit, the temptation lost its hold on me. I'd been asking the Holy Spirit to heal my mind, but I had not brought every secret that I had locked away from him. The truth was that I had not brought every secret because I was keeping some of them hidden from myself. Someone had spoken harshly to me and was treating me unfairly. I felt hurt by this behavior, which is to say, I believed he was guilty of being unkind. I felt like a victim, and it seemed to be his fault. I didn't phrase it exactly like that because I know from the Course that this cannot really be true. So instead, I told myself he was being unkind and unfair, and that was breaking my heart. Every time I forgave it, I would turn around and pick it up again. It was very frustrating. Then someone told me about a process she used for forgiveness, and I decided to try it. She would start by writing, "I forgive you," and say the person's name. She would write that over and over until the sentence naturally expanded. Eventually, she would find herself writing, "I forgive you, so and so, for what you did to me." She would continue writing until she felt free. So that is what I did. As I wrote, I eventually uncovered all the hidden judgments I had been ignoring or hiding from myself. Once I saw them clearly, I could look at those thoughts with the Holy Spirit so they could be healed. As this paragraph says, he heals by looking at them with us. Healing happens through this shared looking. The Holy Spirit already knows the truth, but the mistaken perception is in my mind, so I must be willing to look at it with him. When I bring the hidden thoughts into the light and allow him to look with me, the darkness cannot remain. The error is not fought or fixed. It simply disappears in the presence of truth. What I hide, the Holy Spirit cannot see. But when I looked honestly at the thoughts I've been hiding from myself, the Holy Spirit looked with me. I saw that I blamed him for not being the person I thought he was. I blamed him for not loving me the way I believed I needed. And other judgments along those lines began to appear on the paper. Those were my dark thoughts. The Holy Spirit saw only what was true. This man remained exactly as God created him, unchanged by any behaviors within the dream. And he showed me that I am lovable and loving, in need of nothing. The truth will always be true. As I accept the Holy Spirit's perception, the false beliefs I had been holding simply fell away because I could see they were nothing. Thank you so much for joining me in this reading. I hope that you found it helpful. If you did, then please like it. And if you haven't yet, consider subscribing. I'd appreciate that. All right. See you soon.